Trevo Africa 2021. Unite.
Trevo is going to dominate the continent of Africa.
As one Trevo, one force throughout Africa. Ignite the power of Trevo. Rewrite your stories to put you and many others on the extraordinary pathway to wellness and prosperity. Trevo Africa. Your time is now.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's training. Today we're going to cover building a solid Trevo business. Before our CEO comes on the call, I will urge everyone to mute their microphone so that there will be no interactions. This afternoon, I would like us to talk about building a solid Trevo business. And to do this, there are some 3 key points that I would like us to cover. And one of them is using the company's products. We, as coaches, it is our duty to always ensure that the products that we talk to people about, we ourselves are using the products. So we have to be the product of the products, and we need to know our products. We have to use them and understand the benefits ourselves before we go out there and share. Since our CEO introduced the CVP, there have been complaints from a few coaches who don't even want to see it. But as we have learned in the past, Mark has expressed the need for all of us to ensure that we have a solid customer base. And so as you build your businesses, it is very important that you stress the need for everyone in your team to have at least 20 regular customers. If we can make this culture, we wouldn't have any issues about taking care of our CBP orders. And so as we build our businesses, let us create this team culture of making sure that all the coaches in our teams have the target of developing 20 regular customers. Once they are able to achieve this, there would always be no issues about a CBP order, and they will always have a solid foundation for their businesses. The next thing to do is to build a solid team. And to do this, we need to share the business opportunity with as many people as possible. One of the main reasons why we need to build a solid team is because it ensures that we earn leverage. And I would like to use my next slide to talk about leverage. So let's assume that this is you, let's say you applied for a job in Trevo and you were given you are allowed to work for 10 hours every week, and Trevo says if you work 10 hours, we're paying you $1,000. Now, to build leverage in networking, you are always allowed to go out there and share the opportunity that you have with as many people as you can. So working 10 hours a week and earning $1,000, you are allowed to go out there and share the opportunity with as many people as you want. So let's assume that you went out there and you shared this opportunity with 3 friends. They come on board and we allow them to work the same number of hours as you do. So if 3 of them put in 10 hours of work, that will generate 30 hours of work. Now, in this particular week, if Trevo is going to pay you, we're going to look at the number of hours generated by the people that you brought on board, including your personal effort. And so in this particular week, you would get paid on 40 hours of work, even though you are working 10 hours of work. Now, your 3 friends will look at your check, which is 4,000. And they say if all you did to increase your income from 10 hours of work, which gives you 1,000, to 4,000 by bringing us on board, we know people. We can share this opportunity with a lot of people. So assuming 3 of them go out there and share this opportunity with 3 others, you have 9 people at that level. And when those 9 people also come in and they do the same number of hours, which is 10 hours a week, you can do the calculation. Your personal 10 hours, the 30 hours, and the 90 hours by the 9 would pay you on 130 hours, which will tend to be $13,000. So at the end of the day, using time leverage, you're working 10 hours, but you're getting paid on 130 hours. And this is the opportunity that our Trevo business offers us. And this is why we need to take team building seriously. Many of us in Trevo are not building teams, and we are not taking advantage of time leverage. And it is very important that we stress on this to help us build a very solid business. So this afternoon, we're going to introduce 2 speakers from Ghana who are going to share their testimonies with us. And the first on the list is a gentleman by name Clement Apiga. So Clement, if you are on the call, kindly unmute yourself and let us hear from you. Are you there, Clement? Clement, are you on the call? Clement, are you on the call? Clement, are you on the call? Okay, so we'll move away from Clement, and the next speaker will be Philip. Philip, are you there? Philip, are you on the call, please? Hi, Philip.
Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Philip, we can hear you. Can you please come in? Hi, Philip, are you available? Okay, so we still can't hear anything from Philip, and so before our CEO comes on, I'd like to find out if anyone has got a testimony to share. You can unmute yourself and come in before our CEO comes on. Is there anybody who would like to share a testimony?
Yes, okay, my name is, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, Mr. Odiko.
That's fine, okay. My name is Benjamin Odiko. And then there was a time that I had a customer that was having some problems with head tummy. And so she bought some of the products. And then she started to use them. She went to see the doctor, and fortunately for her, she had a lot of improvement. Now, about some 5 weeks ago, 5-6 weeks ago, she called me. She said she was having some problems in some part of the body, but she also has a problem on the skin, which becomes so whitish. You know, you can have patches of the skin become whitish. So then I had a bottle or two, then I gave her some. About some 2 weeks later, he called my phone, but she missed me. I was not by the phone by then. And then she did everything to get me. I called her back. Then she said, "Oh, Mr. Nico, I've been wonderfully looking for you. You know, after taking the Trevo for the product that I requested for, and then the patches of my skin went so terribly clean. I went to see the doctor, the dermatologist. He said, what are you using? That product is fantastic. So keep on using that." So this, my customer has been on my neck to get some of the product that we're arranging. And so you could see the power of the Trevo is just wonderful. It's just a wonderful product all over the world. People are searching for it. And so I would urge everybody who is on the line, and like our chairman said, if we could work out a CVP, and then we can have a good customer base, you know, we can get some good business going. So this is my little report that I have from the field that I want to share with you.
Thank you so much. You heard from the country manager of Trevo Ghana, and that was a great testimony. Ladies and gentlemen, here you are with a man with the vision, our President and CEO. Let's welcome him. Mr. Mark Anthony Stevens is ready for us this afternoon. Let's welcome him on the call.
Thank you, Hayford. I appreciate it. It's so great to be with all of you. I hope can you hear me well?
Yes, you're coming through, sir.
Perfect, perfect. Well, I want to thank Hayford for his training, and thank you, Benjamin, for that great testimony. I am always thrilled to hear how Trevo is impacting people's life in such a positive way. That is why Trevo was created, and it is our mission and will continue to be our mission that every man, woman, and child on the planet drink Trevo every day so they can live a strong, healthy, long life. So we're excited every time we hear a story about the power of Trevo. So today, the message that I want to share with you is entitled See Beyond. The See Beyond, I think about, looking beyond our current circumstances that are going on in our life, maybe going on in our business right now, going on in our finances, and lifting our view to not where we are right now, but what is in front of us and where we are going and what our potential is for our future. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not always easy to see beyond. Sometimes it's very difficult, certainly considering the current circumstances of the world in which we live in right now. You think about what's going on economically around the globe, what's going on politically around the world, what's going on with the pandemic around the world, what's going on even currently with the situation in Afghanistan, things going on. Sometimes it's difficult not to get focused on what is happening right in front of us and getting bogged down and begin to lose our vision of what it is we're getting up every day and working towards. What it is the long-term view of what we want to create and the life that we truly want to live. But the reality is that we have only two choices. And those two choices are, one, we give in to what's going on and we just simply give up. And we just become just like every other ordinary person out there, and we just simply let life happen to us. Or we take the other option, the other choice, and that is to look within and to look up. To look within and remind ourselves of who we are and who we have been created to be, what our dreams are, what the vision of our life is, and then to look up, knowing that we were created for greatness and that we were created for purpose, that we were created for abundance. And although we may not see it today, we know that it's guaranteed for us in the future if we continue to look up and we continue to move forward towards that life that we want to live. Nothing you've got to realize is nothing that goes on, surprises God. And nothing that happens changes the fact that he created us for greatness and he created us for purpose. And this is the place in our life where faith is a must. And what faith truly really is, when you boil it down to the true meaning, is faith is believing in what we know, but what we can't see yet with our eyes. Faith is that inner knowing that you know that you know that you know that you were created for greatness, and that you know that the Trevo platform is a platform that can give you the ability to change your life, to empower your life, to empower others and to help you create an extraordinary life. Faith is also taking action based upon that knowing. You see, you have to understand that it's not just what you think. It's not about the, when I say knowing, knowing is a lot different than hoping. Knowing is a lot different than wishing. Knowing is a lot different than, really just hoping beyond hope that it will happen. Knowing is where a decision has been made that no matter what happens, no matter what I go through, no matter how long it takes, I have the faith that I will achieve and I will become and I will experience extraordinary within my life. And when you move forward in your life with that kind of faith, things began to change. Breakthroughs began to happen and things began to come into reality of what you are believing for. Faith is really how you must build your Trevo business, by taking actions, because faith is about action. It's about doing. It's not about just sitting around having faith that something's going to happen. You have to do something. You have to take actions. You have to take actions daily based upon the level of faith that you have, knowing that there will not necessarily be immediate results. And this is why most people fail. Why is it only a few percentage of the world is successful and the majority of people just live out their life as an ordinary person, barely getting by? It is because they don't continue with those passionate actions of faith, even when it looks like nothing is happening. But there are those of us that will not settle for anything less than extraordinary, that no matter what we see, we keep moving forward with faith actions, knowing that if we continue, that in the future, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not next month, but eventually, if we don't give up, then our extraordinary will become a reality for each and every one of us. You see, also your actions, they reflect your level of faith. The amount of actions that you take, they reflect your level of faith. Do you really believe and know that the Trevo products transform people's health? Do you really know? Are you just hoping that the product will help them? Do you just wish the product would help them? Or do you know? Because see, when you know, the way you move forward will be different, because when you know, you with confidence can approach anyone and share the power of Trevo and know that it will transform their health, or any other product that we represent. So your actions are talking to people about the product, because that will reflect what your future will be. If you're talking to a lot of people, that's taking a lot of faith actions. You are filling up your business with future customers and potential team members that will drive your business and lead your life to extraordinary, where you become to a place where money is no object. That's what extraordinary is about. But it's those actions that you take that reflect. I want you to think about that for a minute. Think about what you did this last week. The actions that you took, the amount of people that you talked to about the business, about the product. Would those actions reflect great faith? Would they reflect average faith? Would they reflect little faith, or would they reflect no faith? Because what we do today, what we did last week, that will reflect what our future is going to be. So I want to challenge you to fire yourself within with great faith, knowing that nothing is impossible. Because we have products that are life-changing. We have a business platform that will allow a person, through the power of leverage and exponential growth, to transform their financial life where money becomes no object. So let me ask you this question. Again, how much faith are you reflecting? Do you need to turn it up? If you want success, it needs to be on fire where everyone can see it. Because your actions, they will be what build the success in your business. But also, the reflection of your faith and the actions that you take will either inspire your team members or they will discourage your team members. You see, because our business, in order to achieve extraordinary, can only happen when we create leverage through building a team. We can never work hard enough or long enough on our own and create extraordinary. We can create an income, but that income will be average. The only way we create extraordinary is through building a team of other individuals that step out with great faith, seeing where they're going and taking great action that reflect great faith that lead to the extraordinary. So remember that what you do will determine what others do. And this is one of the things that more people miss that cause them to fail, whether it is in the beginning of their business, the middle of their business, or when their business is at the highest level, is never ever forget that what you do will duplicate in your business, and it will reflect in your business of the level of success that you will achieve today, tomorrow, and long term. So just like everything in this business, your faith duplicates. As you get faith, you build your faith, you build your belief in the products and the platform, in your future, in your potential. It's contagious. And it will cause others to step out in faith and in boldness, to do things they've never done before, so that they can achieve things that they've never achieved before. And I believe that faith is one of the most important elements of success in your Trevo business. Faith cannot be faked. It has to come from deep within, that you know, that you know, that you know, that no matter what you see, no matter what someone else says, it doesn't move you. You do not waver, because when you waver, your faith becomes weak. And if you want to be a great leader, if you want to build a great business, then you must have unmovable, unstoppable faith. Why? Because you will work very hard. Here's the thing. about this business. I'm going to be honest with you of how this works. Because in the beginning, as you work a business and you're growing a business, whether you've been in the business for a long time and you just haven't achieved success yet, maybe the reason is because you haven't stayed in faith, moving in action long enough to gain success. Because in this type of business, in the beginning, you will work harder than you get rewarded in income. Now, that's just a reality. You're going to work more hours, but feel like you're not getting paid for those hours. But if you continue and you continue to move forward, and as you gain customers and as you gain team members, and those team members began to duplicate what you're doing, the time will come when you will be paid far more than the effort that you put forth. Hayford illustrated that in his training, talking about if you work 10 hours a day, but you find individuals that they work 10 hours a week and they work 10 hours a week, that's what duplication is. So when you're working 10 hours a week eventually, and you're making, let's say, $3,000 or $4,000 a month, and you're working maybe 40 hours a week, or you're making $10,000, you'll be being paid far more than the effort that you're putting forth. And when it becomes 20,000 or it becomes 50,000, you can never justify that you personally worked hard enough to be justified in being paid that kind of money. That is the beauty and that is the power of our business. It rewards individuals that are successful in taking the right actions that inspire others to take the right actions, that build a strong team where each team member is a contributor to the entire team, creating massive actions that create momentum that leads to extraordinary. And isn't extraordinary what it's all about? Getting up and being able to live a life that most people will only dream about. They will only fantasize about. But you will live it because you were willing to have that unmovable faith that led you to actions that led you to the power of inspiring others, that led you to building a business that created an extraordinary income for you and your family to live your dreams. That is the power of our business. That is the power of Trevo. And when this happens, it will be because you put actions to your faith and that you reflected your faith through those actions that inspired others' faith so that they too took action. And this is what will create the momentum needed to create an extraordinary life, not only for you and your family, but for your team and their families. Because you don't just build for yourself, you're building for a legacy where you can look back and you can remember, oh, look at that individual on my team, how their life has changed. That is what our business is all about. So today, I want to just encourage you to look beyond where we are today. Look beyond where you are today and look to where we're going as a company, where we're going as individuals, and the impact that we have the opportunity to make on the world in which we live in, so that we have that power and that faith to help people know that extraordinary is not only for us, but it is for them in every area of their life, physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally, so that they too can live what Trevo calls the extraordinary lifestyle. So thank you so much. Don't let what's happening today keep you from what is waiting on you tomorrow. Thank you so much, and God bless.